Oh, hi. Didn't see you there. Um, Little behind the scenes footage. I've had to do this take a couple different times, and my drink keeps getting stronger and stronger each time I do it. I've yet to take a drink of this drink yet. So let's see. Strong. It's very strong. To those of you who are listening to the audio only version of this, which in my mind is the main version of this podcast, I pretended like I was pouring a drink as the recording started, and I wasn't in fact pretending. I was actually pouring a drink, which I've done several times because it's been like 3 or 4 takes as I continue to try to make this intro work. I don't have a theme song to Goin Steady, obviously, so I'm here just rambling. I'm going to try to be quick about it. You're listening to Goin Steady. It's an audio exploration of the game Outer Worlds, where me and my co-host Gladys play through this game as most detailed as possible to make it as fun and interesting to you, the listener, as possible. We also have a video version that's on BloodNGutsMurfy Presents on YouTube, where you can watch the video of the game that we're currently playing. If you want to see exactly what it is that we're looking at, that is there for you. I battled with the idea of having that even be an option because I do so much believe in the idea of listening to someone play through a game that is this style. You know, obviously you don't want to listen to like a platformer Mario game, but this game lends itself well to audio. So I was going back and forth on it. We opted to do both because why not? But anyway, episode 2, Goin Steady. It's coming at you. If you're unfamiliar with our other products, whatever we got going on, we got Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Conversation. It is our movie podcast where we go and see a movie that's currently in the theaters and then spoil the living shit out of it. So if you haven't watched the movie or if you really care about what's going on with it, don't listen to it until you watch that movie. But then once you do, go ahead and come on back. We have that conversation where you and your friends have that you get out of the theater and you're walking to the car and you have like a garbled, kind of uncohesive conversation. Like, what about this part? What about that part? That's what we have on a microphone. And then if you go to Blood and Guts Murphy Presents on YouTube, I have something called Blood Samples, which is a thing where I just play some games that I care about that I want to share with everybody. It could be a game that just came out. It could be an older game. It could be something where it's me taking a chunk of a video game and sharing it with everyone. Something that I feel like is worthy of being shared with everybody. And then we got a lot of special features, a lot of other things planned. I have other shows that I would like to do down the line. And because of that, big news here, but not really big news at all. Kind of fucking mediocre, unsurprising news whatsoever. We're going to start a Patreon. And I want to start that on January 1st. And it is solely to help us afford what we have going on here. I got a PC that's running the whole show that is 6 years old. It's on its last leg. It needs some help. I'm using a very old, webcam, kind of shitty microphones. These, snowballs are okay. I subscribe to so many services just to get games to play, to get movies to watch, to host my podcast. Like, there's a lot of money out of pocket in order to make this whole thing run. And I don't mind doing it. I fucking love this shit. I enjoy it a lot. But it would be weird of me just not to, throw a Patreon out there. And if you want to check it out and, subscribe to the Patreon, become a patron of what I got going on here, help me do more and grow. I'm going to school for this type of stuff, you guys. Like, I'm in. I'm dedicated to continuing to do this for years and years. I got nothing else going on. So yeah, it's going to be patreon.com. It's most likely going to be called Blood and Guts Murphy Presents because that's kind of what we're going with here. I'm not 100% sure. I'm just throwing the idea out there January 1st is what we're shooting for. It's currently November 6th. It seems like it would make sense to kind of give myself some time, you guys some time, figure it all out. But I would totally appreciate your support, and I appreciate you listening to me blab on and on for this amount of time before an episode of a podcast. Wow, we need to end this right now. Episode 2 of Goin Steady, it's happening right now. It's a good one. We already made our character. We're getting into the game. Interesting things are happening. Let's do this. Goodbye. Oh, hey. I continue to mess things up. We also have a Twitch page, and that is BloodNGutsMurfy at Twitch. So really, it's twitch.tv/BloodNGutsMurfy. Check that out. I've been trying to stream live a lot more often. I am so sorry for wasting so much of your time. Please enjoy this episode of Goin Steady. Please. Thanks. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Goin Steady with me, myself, BloodNGutsMurfy, a.k.a. Joe, a.k.a. and that's about it. I have with me today Gladys, who should be with me every day, because that's the whole point of this series, that we're experiencing this game together, and we're going to run through it start to finish. Not all in one episode, obviously, but across many episodes. And I'm just kind of killing time here while she gets everything together and tries to get down here to our little recording area where we can get another one of these going. This may be a slightly shorter episode. I'm hoping that we can get in a decent amount of content and get some missions done, or at least one good mission. It's hard to say, you know, when you're going into something like this where you want to leave off in a good ending point. I try to do that with, I tried to do that with the previous episode. I'm going to try to do it again here today. I'm not going to end right in the middle of a mission. So we're going to do our best to try to cram in a decent amount of content here today. We're still very early on in this game and don't really know what's going on a whole bunch. We don't even have like a main story mission. I mean, I guess technically it's a main story mission, but even this feels a little side questy. So we got a long ways to go. This game, I have heard, is not all that long. You know, I've heard that it's maybe 20, 30, 40 hours, which is an okay amount for a game of this style. You know, other games of this style would be like a Fallout 3, or specifically Fallout New Vegas, or Skyrim. What came before Skyrim? Oblivion. You know, those games are all hundreds of hours if you so choose, which maybe this game could be that. But I don't think it is. I think this game's meant to be played multiple times, potentially. I think they really wanted like a streamlined experience here with a pretty focused story and not too many branching paths, not too many weird side objectives, things like that. So I appreciate that. As a person who's in his mid-30s, I am in my mid-30s. Boy, that felt gross to say, but yeah. I don't have a ton of time. Not even because I'm like a successful fella. You know, like, oh, I don't have any time because I'm too busy making the big bucks. I don't have that. I'm too busy struggling to stay alive. That's why I don't have time to play a ton of video games. So I appreciate a very straightforward narrative experience that tries to get me on, get me through, and get me out in a decent amount of time and tells a good, cohesive story that is fun to experience, all in one fell swoop. Like that's nice. I have some appreciation. I have a lot of appreciation for a game that gives you the option. You know, like technically Skyrim can be beaten in like a number of hours, just like not many at all, if you just run straight through the main mission, main story. Hold on one second. If you can, that'd be probably better. The question I was just answering was, do I want the dogs to be left upstairs? Which the answer is probably better for everyone Yes. I feel bad for leaving my dogs upstairs. They want to be down here with us, but then once they come down here, they realize they're not having any fun watching us play video games, and they're not having any fun sitting on like an uncomfortable lap or this wooden table that I have everything set up on. So the dogs will remain upstairs. As you can see, I'm still vamping, waiting for Gladys to come down. It's all probably feels very important because all you're hearing on top of my words are this very orchestral music and these sweeping strings that are conveying a very important feeling that really just isn't happening right now. There's nothing important going on right now. Right now in my life, I'm waiting for my co-host to come downstairs while I drink a 7 and 7. I am very concerned about what time of day it is. It is the middle of the week, and I do have that job that helps me struggle through my life to pay bills and stay alive that I need to get to tomorrow. So there is a sense of urgency here that I feel like isn't being respected by my co-host. But that's okay. I didn't have to press the record button when I did, but I did, and here we are, staring at this nice screen. Hey, let's analyze that. Pink and green, those are my colors. You can see them in the bottom left corner if you're watching the video of this. You know, my whole logo and BloodNGutsMurfy colors are like a neon pink and neon green, and then like a white background with some black dots for like a D-pad. Kind of got that going on. We got some pink in the sky here. We got some neon green. I also enjoy the kind of retro-looking font treatment and art treatment this game has, because it is meant to be kind of a alternate future, which I don't understand really where we get these alternate futures from, because it always seems like whenever we do it, it's always some sort of event took place in the past that like kind of halted the progress of technology to where now everything is steampunk, or everything now is like, it's where we, it's like as if it's now 2030 and the, you know, the split off in history took place in like 1950. So now nothing between 1950 and 2030 happened, and suddenly we had those two like art styles smashed together. Why? Something happened in between. Why don't we have any type of transition? You know, like I don't get it. Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up?
We're joined by Gladys. I think you have to eat that microphone basically in order for it to be heard. You enjoy eating microphones?
I'm fasting though.
Oh, well, fuck. You're going to ruin your digital fast. So I guess I can load this up probably. Oh, I just spilled some bullshit. So where we last left off, we were...
Is this too bright or is this a good bright?
This light above us, I mean, it could... If we turn it off, it's going to be too dark, I think.
Okay,
So we don't
that's
really... But yeah, it is kind of shitty, but oh well. When we last left off...
Pipes Marvello.
4:45. A few days ago. I was saying how I don't feel like we've really come across like a story mission yet. I understand this is a story mission, but it doesn't really feel like it. Like it's just kind of like a side mission. Hey, we met this guy who runs a company whose employees kind of fucked off and went and made like a compound where they don't work. Like it,
Oh yeah, I was supposed to take notes about what's happening in the story.
yeah.
I love
your
taking
notebook
notes.
isn't down here though.
Oh.
You left it down here. I have a notebook right next to me if you want to use my notebook.
No, thank you. I'll go get mine.
Go do it. See? So just as I was saying, like this style where we left off in the 1950s and then shot straight to the 2030s or whatever. This game's set further ahead than that, but I appreciate it, but also it's a little overdone thanks to BioShock and Fallout. So those are two pretty big series of games that have already done this exact same thing. Like, well, maybe we'll find out that they put their own spin on it. Wow, okay, it really does just start you right up, like right where you left off. I appreciate that. I like a good quick save style game. It's gonna take me a little bit here to. Oh, there's no like unequip your. Oh, that's stupid. Put it away. Put it away. Put it away. Put it away. Put it away now. Yeah, I like a good quick save where it literally just picks you up right at that moment. The problem with quick saves is that you could be getting shot in the face and you save it as you're dying and now your game's broken.
It's alright. We got a lot to do.
Alright, so anyway, we're like basically busting up a hippie commune.
Sorry, I'll just be a minute.
Still got the problem of pulling my gun every time I try to talk to somebody. I don't.
Can you change your buttons?
I don't think so.
Because sometimes they have different settings, like, oh, you can use this or you can use this way.
Button layout. Yeah, it just tells you.
You can choose modern.
Standard or modern.
So what changes when between them?
Yeah, see, the problem is like square. It's reload, talk, and interact. You press and hold it to holster your weapon. See, square never changes. It's always the same no matter what I pick.
Okay.
So we're going to go with standard, I guess. I'm already pretty used to that.
Okay. Well.
Yeah, it's a weird choice. You know, like it feels like this is a game where not pulling your gun out, because there's certainly been a lot of games in the past where if you have your gun out when you're talking to somebody, they're going to have a different reaction to you. And hopefully, I guess this isn't that type of game, but I would have appreciated if it was.
I always liked in Elder Scrolls when, like, you were... I don't know if it happens still because I don't play as a vampire, but when people were afraid to talk to you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and there's been a lot of games like that where if you are, like, evil, you start, like, looking like shit, and your skin looks awful. You have, like, scars all over you, and you look scary. And people don't want to deal with you, and it's because you've been a dick throughout the entire game. Like, that shit's super fun, which it's probably a version of that in this game.
Did Fallout have something like that? Because wasn't it like, you had like good angel, bad angel points?
Yes. That's your classic renegade or paragon. Did
it even matter? Does this game have that?
There you go. Did it even matter? Usually no, not really.
See, it never matters.
Well, I mean, it does. Like in the Mass Effect series, it makes a pretty big difference in some areas, but also not enough of a difference. It's hard. I don't know. It's hard to say.
Well, does this game have it?
Kind of. It's in your faction standings, it seems.
I like this girl. I like the Pipes Marvello. I trust her.
She's pretty cool looking. She's got good hair.
She would move a body with
fits
me.
into this world. She's got some big boots.
Oh, okay.
Rain boots.
She wants to stomp on things.
Yeah. So have I not finished this yet? Okay, so I have two missions going on. This one I don't remember.
So if this is the main quest, wouldn't it be like main story?
Well, yeah, I have two under the main quest.
Okay.
Oh, the No Man's Sky update. So this is what I thought we were doing. Phineas needs your help to set things right in Halcyon, but you'll need transportation first.
We need
You've learned that there. Oh, okay. So, yes, I need. This is.
Can I read it?
Yes.
So, stranger in a strange land, Phineas needs your help to set things right in Halcyon, but you'll need transportation first. You've learned that there are power regulators in both the Edgewater Cannery and a botanical lab elsewhere in the region, but neither can be removed unless power is routed away from them. Travel to the region's geothermal plant and route the power away from one of the locations.
Oh.
Reed asked you to deliver a message to a woman named Adelaide McDevitt before you head into the geothermal plant.
Okay, so this is the overall. Oops.
That's
mission.
not even. I was gonna say that's not even the mission you have checkmarked.
No, but this is because now here we go. I talked to the guy, and now. Here you go.
Comes now the power. Workers are abandoning the town of Edgewater. Reed Thompson, Edgewater's administrator, wants to force these deserters to return to town by shutting off their power.
See.
So, deliver Reed's message. Reed asked you to deliver a message to Adelaide and her deserters. Come back to town because he's cutting off their power. Adelaide and her people are camped out in the botanical lab north of Edgewater. Optional. Speak to the vicar. Parvati wants to visit the town's vicar. She's a little uncertain about the task Reed has set before you. The vicar might be able to provide some moral guidance.
Exactly.
So let's do the optional.
We need to choose where we want to take, this power from. So that's, ultimately what we really comes down to, because we need to power our spaceship or whatever to get out of here. So now, comes now to the power. So I am very much into this speak to the vicar thing, because this is the mission for the lady that I'm with. Like, I'm bringing this girl with me.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
So, she totally wants to, so we absolutely need to speak to the vicar is what we need to do. And also, I'm unfamiliar with, what is the other place that we, oh, shoot, what?
What?
I guess we gotta. Oh, okay. She has her own menu apparently.
Oh, cool.
This is my buddy.
Parvati.
Yeah. You want to keep reading stuff?
You want me to read this?
Since you have glasses on and I don't.
It says, T&L makes the best gear for your friends and family. The Companion Ledger. This Companion Ledger shows you everything you need to know about your companions. You can see their skills, stats, status effects, and gear. To change your companion's gear, first select the item you want to swap out. Then choose a compatible item to replace it with. You can also change how they behave in combat by selecting their preferred weapon, follow distance, and aggressiveness.
That's crazy. So I think I'm only messing with their... Well, am I messing with their armor too? Oh my god. So this is some RPG ass shit where I have like a party where I'm equipping them. And they have perks. Oh, holy shit.
I've never played a game like this. I think this would be like really complicated for me.
It's very complicated for me. So yeah, this is like a classic RPG. So I have a party and I have my own weapons and equipment. I need to, also equip my party's stuff. And then they're going to level up and they're going to have their own skill tree and stuff. A lot of these games, I feel like you get a companion and it's just like, yeah, there's this guy. He shoots people for you. Cool. And that can give them behaviors. So I can control their distance, which is, I don't know if they're talking about me. Controls the follow distance for this companion. So close, they stay close to me. Medium, they moderate distance. And then far, they follow from a distance. So I'd imagine if you had like a sniper or something, you would set this to far. If you have somebody who enjoys shotguns, you're going to set them to close so that they're there. I'm going to leave it at medium.
We don't know what she's good with, right? She's
we have she's good at persuade.
Gun.
She's good at lockpick, engineering, and then apparently overload.
So are your companions supposed to be like, kind of like what you're lacking in, they're awesome in?
That's
how you
want smart way to do it. Yes. You don't have to have it be that way. If you're a super powerful idiot that can just blow people away, and you want to be a crew of those. You can do that. I'm imagining, but so then there's this where it lets you choose what weapon they should use. So this is what I was talking about. So do you want to have it be a melee weapon? Do you want to have it be like a, mixed? Sure, it certainly seems good. We'll switch between melee and range weapons based upon the distance to the enemy. That certainly seems like what you would want.
So that's what she's good at?
No, this is what I can set her as.
Okay.
I don't know what she's good at. But and I don't really know how to know.
We can look at her skills and see, like, she's got 18 on persuade.
Exactly, and I can also look at what she has equipped. Like, right now, she has this giant hammer equipped, so I should probably set her to close.
Yeah.
Probably. The hammer is also the most powerful weapon she has, so yeah, I actually should probably set her to close. Because I want her hammering dudes, so that'd be sweet. And then I should probably keep her on melee.
I want to hammer dudes.
Do it. Fucking every time I ever make like an RPG type character, I always end up being some sort of ranged person. And then we can select mode. So we do want to have them aggressive, defensive, or passive. That all is pretty self-explanatory, like, do I want to have them like just breaking away from me to go seek a person out to kill them? Not really. So passive only attacks targets the companion has been explicitly told to do. Or told to. I don't really want to have that amount of control over them. Defensive is once told to attack a target. The companion continues to fight until the combat is over. Or aggressive, the companion always engages and attacks when the player enters combat. Kind of want aggressive because that's less on me to have to do. But
Okay.
I'm afraid that if I am like sneaking or something, she's going to ruin it for me.
Yeah.
So we're going to try it on aggressive, and if she messes stuff up, we'll fix that later. So anyway, this is not why I went into the menu. Why did I go into the menu?
I don't remember. I didn't write
Me
it down.
either.
You want to talk to the vicar. That's what I know.
The Vicar of Yanks. Oh no.
So,
I just get in trouble for stealing stuff? Criminal activities, trespassing, lockpicking, hacking, and murder, all considered illegal activities and are frowned upon by society. Avoid being seen if you want to engage in this activity without consequences.
I like how they have the little moon face guy
The moon
with a
face
top
guy-
hat.
It was like I thought it was a
Winking
bomb.
at you?
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't feel like I was stealing though. Maybe they were just telling me that for the future. Like it didn't have.
Maybe.
Where am I on my own inventory? Okay.
You have a hammer also, right?
No, I have a weird cane.
Okay. Because I saw you beating people with it the last time you played. And I was like, you should play with that all the time because people were just dying.
I guess. Oh, I forgot how to heal. Okay. I got a lot of healing type stuff. Can I just use it in here? Yes. Yes, I can. Okay, that's good.
Can you combine them to like make new heals?
That would be cool, but also maybe a little bit too much. I don't think you can. So I got some armor parts, I got some weapon parts, I got some whatever. Okay, well, I don't remember why I went into the menu. I think I was maybe looking for where I'm going.
I was just going to ask, how do you know where you're going?
Well, I normally have an icon on there we go. I'm the wrong direction. I shouldn't be over here. That seems wrong.
Are you
'Cause
on
that-
the right mission?
Well, that door told me to go, that arrow told me to go through that. We're going over here. This guy.
All right. Well, go back to your journal or whatever it's called.
Journal.
See how it says optional? How come you have a little check mark there, but you don't have a check marks over here?
Well, because I've completed these steps.
So that's what you've completed. Okay.
This was the main overarching mission where I had to go find that guy's ship and I talked to that AI lady and all that stuff.
right.
And she's like, hey, I can't do anything because we're missing some power. So
Okay, that's
then I was like, okay, I got to find some power.
Okay.
And now that's why I'm
Okay.
doing this mission.
So how there's like two little like windows, I guess. The one over here where it says main quest.
Yes,
comes-
we just need to make sure that we seek out the vicar before we do anything.
Okay.
Because basically the fact that it says optional means that we could potentially complete this without talking to this person. which I
So
don't wanna
just
do.
right now, like we only have 2 quests in our quest type.
Mhm.
To the right, it breaks down the quest, right? So then you have steps and it checks them for you.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm just trying to figure out how to read it
I just realized I can read it a lot better on this other monitor.
on the little
It's
monitor.
closer
Yeah.
to me.
So does it highlight differently when you're stealing things?
I think it does. Because I've stolen stuff before and it was fairly obvious to me.
Okay.
Just walk around the outside of this building, I guess, and see.
Are you going to be able to like not be on foot at some point?
No, there you get a spaceship, but I think it's kind of like a fast travel-y type of thing where
Okay.
you don't really. I'm not like flying my spaceship. I think you just get in it.
Ooh.
Oh God, what's happening? Is this the bad guy?
I don't know. Is he a bad guy?
He seems to be okay. He made scary
I think
sounds.
he's sort of confused.
Oh, I just picked up
He
some
looks like.
combat drone. I can highlight it, but I can't. Okay.
Yeah, interesting.
It's so hard to
Looking
just
for
not run out
things.
and loot things in this game. Like, I understand it's probably eventually... Like, when you first played Morrowind... Well, you... And I don't mean you, but I mean the
The public.
person. The first thing you did was pick up... Like, I can pick up forks, I can pick up cups and all this stuff. And you're like, I gotta pick it up. It must mean something because I can interact with it. And then you suddenly over-encumbered yourself and you couldn't pick up anything else.
Cups and forks.
And yeah, you were full of all these useless items. Okay, I forgot I had that lady follow me. And so I kind of feel like that, I'm in danger of doing that to myself in these games as well, where I'm just like, I should loot everything. And then it's going to be like, nope, you picked up a bunch of garbage and spent an hour doing so. Good job. Which I'm not complaining. The game is fine. I don't have a problem. The game gives me the opportunity to do that, but I just want to be smart about it. Okay, so we're on our way to...
I see some red arrows.
Yeah, and also, I feel like since we have 2 objectives, we should have 2 spots on our map.
Yeah.
Fuck,
Who's that?
there is one behind us.
Who is that, though?
It's probably the vicar.
Okay, can you, like, put a little thing on
It's
it
it's
so you know
sucking
which one
me
you go
into
to?
this. I can't... God damn it.
You better just
We're gonna run away from this
camera
fight.
all those people.
Not doing it. So if I press up on the D-pad, it'll order my companion to attack, which I told them to attack on their own.
And she killed him.
Oh god, she has health and everything. Do I have to heal these people? Man, this might be...
The end of the game.
I gotta keep fucking
Thanks for listening.
Yeah. The
Oh
end.
yeah, Vicar Max. What the fuck is this shit? Anatomy and life cycle. It's like a bat.
It's
What
like a
is
bat
that?
frog bird. Those feet are frog.
What's that? Pteroray. Terrary. Biological overview.
Yeah, I mean, pterodactyl is still the P, so I guess
Okay.
terror, I guess.
Huh.
Probably some garbage I'll have to
Looks
kill
like a
later. It looks like a stingray and an elephant and the alien monster.
It
What are
also
those
looks
called?
like a, alien monster.
No, the bottom left for the...
I missed it.
well, what are the monsters? The xenomorphs? Is that what it is?
I don't know.
I may have just made that up. I may be Power Rangers. Okay, there's too many arrows all over the place.
Yeah, I guess.
What you got?
Look at your map.
We're in town. Let's be civilized here.
Well, is that a church? Are vicars in a church? Am I making stuff up? Do they?
I only know a vicar as a vicar of Yanks, which is weird.
The only reason I know the word vicar is because of that episode of
Okay,
Friends.
we did it. I still think the color's too saturated on this.
Yeah, and Ms. Holcomb as well.
I skipped a thing.
How rare to see you out.
Can you back up and talk to him again?
Can't.
Curious.
Just tagging along, Vicar DeSoto. Don't mind me.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling, this season's tossball predictions, the quickest way out of town.
So I don't know if we should read all the options or just the option we pick.
Okay. So what does he say? I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison and anything at all. Spiritual counseling, the season's tossball predictions, the quickest way out of town.
I think I'm just always going to go down the list, I think.
Okay.
So Parvati wanted to talk to you about what Reed asked us to do.
What? I thought you would talk to him.
Oh shit, I'm sorry,
You want
Parvati.
to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to
Didn't mean to throw you under the bus.
conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked you to do?
Cut off the power.
I mean, yeah, that's what he wants. Cut off the power to Adelaide's deserters.
Yep. I don't know. There's the other one. Cut up power to the deserters.
Yeah, you're just kind of being a dick, though.
Yeah.
Cut power to the deserters. If you could answer quickly, we're in a hurry. No, we're gonna...
Depriving them of safety from the marauders and wildlife. I can see why that troubles you. Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk.
What do you advise?
Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold.
Even possible?
Not if things are left to stand as they are. If you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice, be cautious on your way to the geothermal plant. It is not as safe as you might assume.
And why is that?
One of the reasons I transferred here was to fulfill my duty in hunting down banned heretical texts. I happen to know such a book is, as we speak, tainting a collector's library in Emerald Vale. However, the collector's residence lies outside the town's walls. My retrieval efforts have been thwarted by marauders who have overrun the property. Should you fare better than me, I'd pay a handsome sum for the book.
This guy's a book burner?
He's a book. We're trying to get him a book so he can burn it.
Handsome sum, tell me more. Why would a vicar be after a banned heretical book? I assume you'll want to burn it once you get your hands on it. Yeah, that's what we're going to do.
What? No, I don't want to burn it. I would never. I mean, I just want to... Look, I have a very simple goal here. I just want to keep the writing out of layman's hands. It wouldn't do for such information to fall into public consumption.
Oh, I don't really like what you're going with here. You make a compelling argument, or it seems to me the authorities would be interested to hear you after this contraband text. Or I'll need to know a little bit more about this book before I agree to this, or maybe I'll get your book and sell it to someone else. I don't
Tell me about this book.
I don't agree with his argument. I don't really care about telling the authorities about it either. Yeah, I want to know more. I'll pretend like I'm into it, even though I'm totally not.
It's a handwritten journal. A faded blue cover with the name Mbakonu handwritten in the lower corner. I'll mark where I saw it on your map. Assuming you're serious?
Thank you.
It is not only a beautiful relic of a bygone time, it's also the thoughts of an early thinker on the nature of man's place in the cosmos.
Do it.
Not many in this colony could understand its true value, should they ever read it.
I'll look for your book.
Thank you. If you retrieve it, you can always find me here.
And leveled up. It's exciting. What's up, lady?
Yeah, huh?
Ha 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 ha.
I can do. Wow, I can do a thing. Perception.
Yowza.
I noticed you mention your dad a lot, but never your mother.
We just fucking met.
That's on account of how I never met her.
Oh, well, that's makes sense. I'm sorry, is what I would say.
It's hard to miss what you never knew. I don't ponder it over much. She was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family. She worked in the Vale a few months, sorting the cannery computers. Her contract said any kids she had, expected or not, belonged to her office from the time of conception. So when I was born, I got sent here.
You get along, or you got along well with your dad. You might not have with your mother.
It's kind of rude.
Be?
Yeah, I agree.
Reckon I'll never know.
You mentioned something earlier that I wanted to ask
You
you
mean
about.
about the mission being too clean?
It's supposed to be clean as a church.
I know, but Vicar says the universe is a machine, that it runs by law. Real machines have gunked up oil, scratches, and worn bits. You can tell they've seen handling, been used by folk. The machine Vicar sees is one ain't never been run. It's not for people to live in. It's
Ain't never been.
something on a museum shelf, under glass.
I saw pretty messed up gameplay under glass. Sorry. You're a mechanic. Whenever you see a machine, it's in need of fixing. It's an ideal, not what we live in. It's hard for me not to just read them all, because I gotta read them all myself anyway. It's an ideal, not what we live in, but what we strive for. Or then why'd you want to talk to him? Never been much for religion myself. Yeah, why'd you want to talk to him?
The Vicar's about the only soul in the Vale who spends his time thinking on what is and ain't right. It's just that when he looks at me, I feel I'd disappoint him.
Oh, that's the end of that, I guess.
What I was going to say is that I heard the word vicar for the first time when I was watching the episode of Friends where Joey finds Rachel's erotic book. And so I think it's interesting that this vicar's looking for a book.
Funny. What do we want to... I'm spending some skill points here. I don't like this weird... No. This weird parentheses thing that doesn't really tell me. What do we decide?
I don't know
Okay.
what that means. Did we decide what that meant?
We didn't.
Does it mean that we're close to 25, which means it'll be the next like level up or whatever?
To me, it means it's augmented by something that I'm wearing or something. Like that is, I don't think that is actually the case. I kind of want to bump these up, the tech, the medical, and the science up to 20. So that way I'll get my bonuses.
Okay.
Unlock the second. It's not necessarily that great.
Well, maybe you should read them. Cause
What did I just do? I just pressed triangle. Okay. Well, mechanical or medical, I mean. My first unlock will be unlock the second drug mixing slot for the inhaler, which maybe that'd be great. I've just never been a person to like worry that much about buffing my stuff. Science, my first one would be improve your weapons and armor at the workbench, but that seems probably pretty good.
Are you looking at those little green arrows up too?
No,
Like,
actually, you're right. I haven't even looked at those. So I would get plus 17% of heal amount granted by the medical inhaler and plus 8% of effect duration from the items.
It's actually 17.2 and 8.6.
Well, yes, I'm not. Sorry. Plasma damage, shock damage, science weapon effects. I'm enjoying having all these like persuade and lie and intimidate. And all
But
that.
does it even matter? You know what I mean? Like you might be
It's
putting
true, like-
points and stuff that has like no
Yeah,
purpose.
like remember in Elder Scrolls Online, where once you put like your first point into that category, you suddenly can now intimidate, or now you can.
Yeah, but with just 1 point.
That's what I'm saying. Is that like, is this game the same way? Where once you put like an amount of points into that category, because I'm just thinking of like Morrowind, you had this like thing like, okay, your persuasion is 70%. Which you now have the option to persuade, but you're less likely to persuade somebody correctly than someone who has like persuasion 90%. Dude. Sorry.
What?
So was it Oblivion? Or was it Oblivion? You remember that?
Where you,
Where you
had to,
played
like,
that fucking game where you judged off of someone's facial expressions?
I never understood that game.
Man, games were better back in the day.
That was Oblivion, yes.
Dude, that was, man.
So let's just read what it says for the persuade. Maybe we.
Sorry, okay, yeah.
So it says persuade. Dialogue skill. The persuade skill is used in conversations and also has a chance to inflict cower, crippling fear when you first damage a human target. So we are at 20 novice. Cower. Humans have a 20% chance to cower in fear for 3 seconds after the first time you hit them. So we're...
And then if we go all the way up to another 20 points, we get cower duration plus 7. And then it starts lowering their armor and things like that. It just...
Oh, wait. Go back up. See, look. Maybe 25 because Parvati. It says adjusted skill value plus 5 Parvati. Or arrow up Parvati.
Okay. There you go. Pierce mining helmet. Okay, cause it's okay. It's telling me where these bonuses are coming from. So that's better because of Parvati. That's better because I'm wearing this armor I'm wearing. That's just doesn't. Okay, there we go. Scientist assistant level 0 because that's good. My perk.
See, all we had to do is read the screen to figure it out.
Yeah. I feel like these ones that are on here because of my perk, it should count towards. I'm kind of starting to want to put more into leadership because this game seems very companion heavy. And I don't have much in... Oh, wait, didn't I give a shit about this stuff, though? The dodge and block. I was concerned about the harmful status effect duration. Also unlock the ability to dodge. These all seem maybe kind of fucked up. I'm putting everything in.
In defense?
Yeah,
or defense? How do you pronounce it?
However you want. I would say defense.
Skills improve your ability to avoid damage. Each point in defense significantly increases dodge and block skills up to 50 points each. After 50, you can specialize by adding points directly to dodge or block.
So, yeah, I now just gain the ability to do a forward dodge by just like jumping forward, I guess. It doesn't really tell me how to do it, but that's okay. And then my block skill is 1 point away from my first bonus, which is block just before you get hit to stagger your attacker, which is that is usually in games that I play that have that type of option. I have a very hard time getting that to work right, but I'll take it. You know, like these. I think I'm in danger of making my character too well-rounded. But
That is dangerous.
We'll just see what happens naturally. So we never really decided what this guy's deal was.
Well, the thing is
The
that
vicar.
I think it's because you just like selected the first question to ask him. I was going to ask you when we first started.
I didn't think that was going to end the conversation like that, though.
I think that this game
Any
is so
progress
crazy
on that
that
matter we discussed?
Okay.
yeah, we haven't found the book yet. Chill out.
I can ask him, of course, but I had something I wanted to ask you.
What would you like to discuss?
How did you know I'm an outsider?
I've never seen you before, and there's been no paperwork indicating a transfer. Half the time it's wrong, but a new worker without paperwork? Unheard of. Also, you lack the distinctive worker gaze.
Dead-eyed.
Usually either deadening behind the eyes, or in some rare cases,
Wow.
a wild-eyed frenzy, like a trapped animal.
Trapped animal.
Pretty universal here. Except for Ms. Holcomb, who for some reason doesn't seem to have much to say to me. Isn't that right?
It's just... there's more to it all than numbers. Sorry.
Maybe it's because you're so dismissive, quite inappropriate for a vicar. Should I just insult this guy to his face?
Let's get back on track. Like, ignore what he's saying.
Okay.
What would you like to discuss?
I kind of want to stand up for my lady, though.
All right. Go.
It's too late now.
Okay.
What sort of spiritual advice do you offer here?
They who are not satisfied with their work are satisfied with nothing. No? How about, work fortifies the spirit. True exhaustion awaits idle hands.
I was actually asking what your religion was all about.
The OSI teaches that the Grand Architect set a perfect system in motion at the beginning of time. Contentment is found by accepting one's role in that grand plan.
Wow.
What does OSI stand for?
Order of Scientific Inquiry, also known as scientism to the layperson.
That reminds me of, like, remember in Lost when they were assigning jobs and Jack got, like, mechanic or something?
Oh.
And we were all like, ha ha ha, he's a spine surgeon.
That's kind of a mechanic, yeah. How do you know, or how do you talk to this grand architect? Prayer? Medicate? Or Jesus.
Medication, yes.
Yes, medication.
That's how I talk
Meditation?
to my grand architect.
Or what? Yeah. Or what?
You don't talk to the Grand Architect. Once the universe was set in motion, it stepped back. It has no concern for us.
That makes sense.
Doesn't sound like a very motivational religious philosophy. What's there to aspire to?
We will eventually decode the plan and all its intricacies. Once we are able to deduce the properties of every particle in the universe and its trajectory, we will know everything.
That sounds about right.
The future, the past,
Yeah.
each person's place
Duh.
within the plan, all will be laid out before us.
Once we know
removing
everything, we'll
struggle
know everything.
and bringing
Yeah.
peace. No one will ever need question their path again. Some even believe this ultimate knowledge will unlock mankind's true potential, and we will all become akin to grand architects ourselves, after a fashion.
Seems unlikely.
I would love to discuss the finer points of my religion with you. Oh, wait. No, I wouldn't.
Shut
It's your
up.
job.
Seriously, though, to truly understand the metaphysics involved takes years of study and contemplation.
Oh, yeah?
All right, that's it. I just thought of something else I need to be doing. And we're out.
I don't like this guy's face. I don't trust him.
No, I don't either. You know, and like, what did he tell me to do? Like,
Yeah, huh?
what do you think, lady? Yeah, I got nothing.
Let's get out of here.
But no, I mean, this is kind of what this series is supposed to be, man. We pick all the dialogue options. It's a deep dive into the lore of this universe. It's why I picked this game. So this game was meant to have a lot of information and things thought about, and, you know, I don't want to skip over this stuff. So,
what did OSI stand for? Order of Scientific Intention? It's
I didn't know
scientific,
I didn't know
right?
they get quizzed. Yeah. Okay, so I still have... Okay, got general store behind me. I need...
Dude, it totally
Okay,
just
so
blew
now
my
I
mind.
only have one dot. So the dot I was walking towards earlier.
Cool. Does it say 2M for 2 miles?
Probably.
It totally just blew my mind because I grabbed a pen with a green cushy and it's actually black. I thought I was grabbing a different pen. So I'm writing it and I'm like, man, that's really dark in here. And then I realized it was black and not green.
It does look like... Well, yeah. I would guess a green pen also.
I have a green pen that I've been using. I must have put it somewhere else because I grabbed it and this one
I
was
got
next
pens
to it.
everywhere.
Yeah.
They're all... I got a blue pen.
This one is a pink one.
The blacks.
I am using, what is it? Acroball.
Alright, so we're back out in
Pilot.
the world, I guess. Where... There needs to be like just a straight up map button. I don't like having to like open up my menu every time I want to look at the map. There it is. This... Okay. We're gonna just walk across these graves, I guess. Through these...
I'm sort of weirded out by the way these little white puffy things look.
Yeah, I don't
Like they don't match everything. They look like they're in like watercolor or something.
Oh, yeah.
Just
Well, the whole game is kind of in watercolor in general.
I guess.
Kind of the aesthetic. But yeah, they are more obvious about it.
Yeah, maybe if we I don't know, can you like next time stop it so we can look at it because
Well, I thought that I could
I
like,
want to try to figure out what it's composed of.
I thought maybe I could like pick them. Like this game doesn't have any type of like
Yeah.
you can't unless it's in like a metal box. Got a bracelet?
There's
Is that what I
a
just
lot of
did?
yellow metal boxes. Can you say yellow metal?
Yeah. Yellow metal box. Yeah. Oh god, I'm gonna die.
Shit.
Hook me up with your hammer, lady. Where you at? Kill him.
Oh my god, you're about to die.
I forgot how to heal. My problem with these types of games where you get a party is always like I just enjoy the people that give me first so much. Like I
Yeah.
really like this lady. I think she's cool, and I want to keep hanging out with her. And I
Probably gonna die?
I know I'm gonna no. I know I'm gonna get a bunch more people probably. I can't imagine they give me a person this
You
early
gotta
in the
give her a
game.
break, man. She's just a companion.
Give her a break.
Yeah, I'm saying like swap them out.
I'm talking good stuff.
Oh, okay.
I'd say I want to keep her around 'cause she seems cool, but I'm saying that I feel bad because there's going to be other cool people probably. All right, so I got a bracelet. There can't possibly be a bracelet type of thing. A lot of repeat armor and stuff in this game because I'm assuming of the whole degradation of your items. Which is a little stressful. But at least makes sense in the world of like why you keep picking up the same shit all the time. Quick melee. How is that just now a thing? I have low health. Press L1. That also seems like a thing that they should have told me a long time ago. You know me, I gotta get rid of all my asterisks. Asterisks?
I don't know.
I don't feel like I should still be using my handgun. Oh man, this seems like a lot, right?
There she goes.
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have put her on aggressive.
I know, right? She's like,
She's starting shit with yeah, I'm dead.
what's that thing? Where he's like, doo-doo,
What?
he shouts some dude's name and he runs in.
Oh,
That's who you made.
Leroy Jenkins.
Here
Yeah.
we go.
Totally made a Leroy Jenkins. You are correct. I also have to reload from 5 minutes ago, which I don't know when that was.
Oh.
Leroy Jenkins. Yeah.
I just got, yeah.
Let's dial her back a bit. I just came across a family of weird fox tiger animal things that are in this game. And then I got stuck with like the fucking main one while she took on all the little ones. Load times could be better in this game. Come on. I get it. There we go. Wait. Alright. Yep, so it started me. The botanical lab is right here in this city.
Oh.
One word.
Mantis are examined. Internal anatomy. What's it look like?
Big old mess.
Looks like a
You get
couple
like
of bugs.
these medical logs of the enemies that kill you, and yeah, that looks disgusting. Okay, so let's go to Parvati. Dial her back to defensive.
My name starts with a P too.
I also wish that the game did a thing where it kind of gave you like a quick rundown of what weapon you just equipped. Like, as you just press.
I've been wondering how you've been keeping that straight because I don't even know.
I'm not keeping it straight. That's the problem.
So these are the 4 weapons that you have, or that you?
These are the 4 that I have currently equipped.
And you can only carry 4.
I can carry more, but I can only have 4 that are like quick swapped. Like
Okay.
This.
Okay. Yeah.
So, and they all look the fucking same. They're all silver and yellow.
Right.
The
all guns.
The handgun is obvious, but the other ones all look the same. And then, I just wish they had like an attack power or something that like popped up on the screen when I switched. So didn't I find like some yellow boxes? Maybe they had some good stuff in them.
I don't know. So does
What's
she?
happening?
Oh shit! What the fuck? You got
Oh,
like
God,
6 people in
I'm
here.
like Marauder Town.
Why aren't you doing
now
anything, Parvati?
Parvati's not doing anything.
She's rooting. She's cheering us on.
Yeah, she's just cheering me on.
She's really good. She's a nice friend.
Sure. She needs to murder some motherfuckers for me.
She didn't have a hammer.
Yeah,
Did you
what
forget
is
your
going
hammer?
Where are the murderers?
Oh, right there. Oh, that person's wearing some shit. You're not gonna get this guy.
Low damage weapons are ineffective against heavy armor. Yeah, I would imagine. Thanks for the... Alright, well, Parvati's dead. So am I.
Oh, great.
This is going to take some getting used to, I think.
I thought you were just back in town.
Me too. I was just walking through what looked like a city. Just so happened to be... Alright, well, I guess it saved for me, I guess.
Well, this looks kind of like modern, futuristic.
Terror on Monarch with Ruth Bellamy as Halcyon Helen. Spencer. Featuring real monsters from the doomed world. I'd watch that movie.
12 amazing episodes.
Oh,
It's a show.
I'd watch that miniseries. Okay, so I'm on a hill. Okay, sure. So now I'm concerned about what I just did to Parvati because now she doesn't want to attack anybody. All right, so she has a handgun. She's got a hammer. They're both equipped. She has the best armor on her. She is not upgradable. Wait, why is there a weird thing? Can't do anything with that.
I think it's because, remember earlier, you're like, I'm not going to put anything on my companions. Is that what's going on?
I don't think so. Wait, no. So, okay. Distance is on close. Sure, that's fine. Weapon, let's go mixed. That makes more sense. Because she was not switching. That's what part of her problem was. Defensive means I have to tell her to attack people, which I'm not a huge fan of. Deal with it, I guess.
What's the other option? Aggressive?
Yeah, or just straight up like, only attacks targets the companion has been explicitly told to. Defensive is, once told to attack a target, the companion will continue to fight them until the combat is over. So either way, I have to tell them to attack somebody. We're going to go with defensive.
So then she's only going to attack when you tell her.
She'll
like,
attack when I
this
tell
person
her
over
to,
here?
and she's going to keep attacking until we're done fighting.
Okay.
So she's probably going to die.
Oh. She's ride or die.
Do I engage these people who are just...
They're wearing, like, all that armor.
I mean, for me.
Is this where we want to be?
No. That's just it. It's just like I'm walking past all these, like I said, Marauder Town, quite literally. And I mean, I need to level up. You can't just avoid combat in RPGs.
So, is this Marauder Town part of like another mission? You know, like kind
It's
of like
right
in Elder
on my
Scrolls
path
when you're
to-
passing through a town and like there's a bunch of demons or whatever. And then all of a sudden you clear the town and then it always goes back to friendly.
I don't think that'll happen. Did I waste all my lockpicks to go through this door?
I don't know, man.
Great work.
Thanks.
I think I got some XP for it.
Ooh, cool.
Oh God!
Scorched Journal.
You go ahead. And read
After
that.
sneaking parts out of the industrial sector for a couple of days, I think I finally have everything I need to build my own flying death machine. However, upon closer inspection, I'm not entirely sure all of these components will fit together properly. It's not like the board would build their mechanicals with custom tooled parts, right? Everything would have to be modular for all these mechanics to run efficiently. I'll tool around with things for a bit and see what I can put together. After a few hours of experimentation, things are starting to come together, but I still don't have it down to an exact science. For instance, there's something wrong with the memory processing core that I can't seem to sort out. When I tried to install it, the unit made a loud buzzing sound and refused to respond to any feedback. I removed it, whacked it with a wrench a few times, and that seemed to stop the buzzing. Things seemed like they were working for a few seconds after I installed it again, but now there's a sharp clicking noise every few seconds, and the damn thing's right stabilizer won't stop twitching. I'll try removing the processing core again and giving it a few more good whacks. That'll learn it.
That'll learn it. Oops. So I broke into this house to get a very long... Alright, a bypass shunt. Sure, let's take that. Alright, I got my mag picks back. You know, the amount it cost me to get in here, so that's cool. Rations, some healthy type things. A dead body that's got nothing. Plasma rifle. Oh, I don't want to... Oh, wow! Wow, it's been a long time since I've played a game
We have a bed.
where you can sleep and pick how long you sleep for.
Oh, I remember that. We were playing that in Oblivion.
Yeah.
That's how Oblivion had it.
This game is good. I like that old-timey shit. And then armor parts. So, whatever. I mean, it was... Whatever. I got repaid for the amount it cost me to come in here, so it was worthwhile. This game, I would imagine that... I've never slept. Fuck it. Let's sleep for like 1 hour just to see if it gives us like some sort of...
Does she have like stamina that she can regenerate?
Wow, 6 hours is... Exactly. That's why I was doing this, is because...
What's that? See how there's a red bar, the purple thing with the line through it? What's the line mean?
Oops. Wrong button.
Is that line there all the time?
Purple is this. Purple is the time dilation thing.
But see, there's the white line, like all
The
low.
white line probably means if it's below that, I can't even activate it.
Okay.
I'm just gonna super guess.
And then the line beneath that, it says a number 3, and there's a little. Is that your level up?
Weird that when I go into time dilation, I can now analyze things, and as long as I'm not moving, it doesn't really. So I can't analyze Parvati unless I'm in. Her health is 430. Her armor is 7. Brilliant mechanic with a heart of gold. Connoisseur of Halcyon's transient cereals. Yeah, it's kind of cool. So now when I go to town, I can, I would be inclined to hit that button and analyze people.
Oh, you could have done that with a vicar, maybe.
Yeah. Next time I talk to somebody, for sure, I will do that.
Special powers.
These are fluff balls. They're just fluff balls.
Okay. That's why they look goofy, because they're just a bunch of strands.
Yeah. Hey, cotton
All
ball.
right. I figured it was like a solid, and it had but they're just a bunch of strands. Okay. What's that billboard say? It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's choice. Order
Spacer's
yours
Choice
today.
does not have a lot of faith in their own product. Technical lab. All right.
Oh, you
Move
can
along,
search those
stranger.
carcasses.
We don't want any trouble.
Yelled at by people for being here.
You missed one if you want to get them all.
They didn't give me the option to search him. Where?
Oh.
Who did I miss?
Up there at the top of the hill. To the right. To the right. Here you go.
Gun thing is an issue. What's up, Grace Romero?
I don't know you.
I don't know you either.
Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here. Move along.
What if I'm looking for nothing? What's your problem?
Armed strangers wandering into my camp for one. Some of my camp wandering out for another.
Well, it seems like you suck. I'm looking for Adelaide. I need some answers.
Answers, huh?
Mm-hmm.
You must be one of those philosophicals. Already got ourselves one of those.
I'm looking for the geothermal plant. Know anything about it? Or, Reed said something about former workers living in the wilderness.
Is she their friend?
Yeah, that's
Okay,
us.
that's them.
And you can tell Thompson we're doing just fine by ourselves. If you're gonna start wandering around my camp, know that I got my sights on you.
Where can I find Adelaide?
Over in the hothouse, tending crop.
Perfect.
Enough with the questions. No offense, but I've got a lot on my mind.
Well, you answered
What are
everything
you
I would have had to
thinking
ask you. Well, we got a lot of questions, actually. We've all got problems. I just got shot into space. That's pretty good. Or you and me both. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to repair my ship, or trouble with marauders.
She's gonna
I
make a
feel like
submission.
trouble with marauders might lead me to a way to help her. Well, she'll become more friendly.
You don't know what enough with the questions means?
All right.
No,
Yeah,
I'm sorry. That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just
Yeah.
up and vanished without a trace. Now I'm pacing around wondering if marauders got to her.
That's fucking scary, dude.
Hold it. I'll keep an eye out, or you can always go looking for her, or don't tell me you're scared of a few marauders. I'll keep an eye out. I'll be a nice guy, even though you're kind of a bitch when I first got here.
Don't
Not
tell me
like
you're scared
Zoe
of
to
me,
go
Mom.
wandering. Figured she might be out scavenging, but that ain't exactly her talent.
Why'd you
Can't
let her go?
imagine where she's gone. Vale's a wide place. She could be anywhere.
This is terrible. Unless marauders got to her, then parts of her could be in a lot of places.
I'm going to say, don't worry about it. I'll find her. Rather than being so
Honest.
bleak. I got some questions about Zoe.
I'll tell you what I can.
All right.
Where's she behind it?
Vex me. If she told anybody, they ain't telling me. I'd check her room, but I got yelled at for snooping once already.
You snooped around in a room?
Little ways ago. She was always obsessing over her serial dramas. Wanted to see what the fuss was about.
There's another way to go about that. Maybe the marauders took her away.
Could be. Dangers aplenty out there. No telling why marauders would steal somebody like Zoe. Got no useful skill as far as I could tell.
She is trouble. That's Zoe. Yeah.
Any chance you could point me somewhere specific, or and just not out there?
Marauder gang just moved into the districts a little ways east. Their numbers are growing. Gotta come from somewhere.
Well, do you know
Well,
her?
enough to know we never got on. Zoe and Stefan were close. If anybody knows the workings of her mind, he does.
Cool. Stefan, huh?
I can't even tell if it.
I
You
think
seem so personable. Can't imagine how you didn't get on with her.
She was lazy and thoughtless.
shit.
But she's still one of our own.
Let's change this.
What
order.
is it?
I'm gonna leave now. It's the only subject that I could have changed it to.
What is it? I love it.
I hate this game because I'm just like, there's so many everywheres I can go.
I love it. Look at me, I'm in a town. It's the Wild West.
Open
It's
up
the
all
future.
these houses.
It's the past.
Hey, what's up, guy?
Keep your wits about you.
All right,
If you're
fine.
Deserter.
Very nice. Said if she's hungry, I can have her. Oh no!
What do you think you're doing?
I didn't
Sorry.
even. The first time ever getting caught stealing stuff. All right, so I can bribe. I'll pay you 34 bits to look the other way. Or I can lie. Or I can intimidate. Or I can persuade.
Okay, so there's attack, which is leave the conversation.
Certainly don't want to do that because we're gonna leave it, and then I'm gonna be fighting this person.
Persuade. I was just leaving.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with persuade.
I don't have time for this.
Your reputation with the faction has changed. If enemies are hostile, but your reputation isn't kill on sight, leaving for a few days will calm things down. There's a lot of words to disappear that quickly.
Yeah, so basically they'll
They'll
you
forget
don't
about
have
me
a
if I.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So I kind of like that. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's not like quite the law. I wish that. Okay, so
See, they make it red, but it's like
yeah,
barely red.
exactly. So
Can you change the highlightness of the colors?
The highlight around the thing that you can pick up is still green, like always, with the description of the item is then in red.
That's dumb.
It's.
Can you make those colors darker or lighter? You can in Elder Scrolls. Like you can make highlights on enemies and stuff
Elder
like
Scrolls
that.
Online, which is super in depth. Like, you could never do it on like a Skyrim or anything.
You couldn't do a lot on the Skyrim.
So can I? Let's even close this door. Steal a bunch of nanners. Let's do that. Steal. I meant to read that. What's a bit cartridge? It has to be like money, right?
I don't know.
Because bits seem to be the currency in this game.
Oh, okay. Then yes. It's a roll of bits.
What's up,
Keep
dude?
your wits about you, friend.
Where I pulled my gun
What's her
on
name?
you. What's your name?
Oh, I thought you said her name was Boo.
My boo.
Remember when we saw Boo at Pride?
I did.
I didn't see her
Flew
because
by in a fucking convertible at like 40 miles an hour.
everybody was like, Boo!
Probably got fucking done with that shit way
Fun
before.
times barrel.
So pretty.
Ooh. Ranged weapon mod. It's a barrel. Increases critical damage dealt. Modifications. Bobbity bobbity.
Sneaky sneak.
Yeah,
How can you tell people are
I
secret or
don't
not?
know. That's another issue for sure.
I guess you just have to take a risk. You mean, pay attention to where everybody's looking.
I'm where I'm supposed
There's
to be.
Adelaide.
Yeah, exactly. Let's save real quick. And let's do a little experiment, I guess.
Experiments.
Experiment.
Oh, man. This green pen,
Have
black
we really
pen.
been going an hour and 10 minutes almost?
Really? It seems like we've only been playing for 20 minutes.
So I had to talk to nobody for a while. Alright, so I'm going to steal that, I guess.
Okay, I was just
So
going
we
to say,
gotta
is Parvati cool?
I got a weapon modification. Yeah, I know. I always wonder about that too.
Like, hey, that's not yours.
Isn't mods its own thing? Okay, there we go. Options? How do I mod a thing? There's a gun. Compare, inspect. Swap, breakdown, repair, and equip. Weird. We got a weapon map, but I have absolutely no idea how to use it. Water. I hope this isn't like Elder Scrolls where your stolen goods and non-stolen goods are differentiated in your
Inventory?
I feel like that's always been kind of a weird thing. Like, no police officer would ever really be able to know.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. But that's the thing. You know, you're going to get caught. You got to allow it to make sense. I like it because it's like, okay, you better, like, launder that shit before you wear it.
Yes, the whole laundering thing is intelligent. Like,
So, bit cartridge.
cartridge storing an amount of bits used as currency in the colonies. Bits are an electronic currency generated by room-sized Earth. Directorate many frames back on Earth. They consist of non-duplicatable codes and ciphers. It can be transferred from. It's Bitcoin, okay. But it doesn't tell me how much money I'm getting for stealing it.
0.13.
That's
Times 7.
That's the
There's
weight,
7
I
of them?
think.
That's the weight. No, the weight's to the right because it's got the little.
You're right.
Yeah.
No. Also, I still don't know how to know if I'm seen or not. That's
good. I guess be seen.
100% a problem. That's what I thought I was doing because I was just like walking right. Look, there's you. Like I thought that maybe the crosshairs would change.
She totally can see you. I don't know. That's really weird.
Yeah, it's gonna be a problem.
Doesn't make sense.
I need to know. Or am I not pushing the right button to sneak? Is it not just crouch?
I don't know.
Elder Scrolls, it would just be crouch. What you got here? Computer.
Spacer's choice. Spacer's choice. Handguns. Body counts. Add a discount.
Personal file. Password required. No, let's hack it. Nice. Password was Silent Spring, apparently. So I'm hacking Adelaide's personal file, apparently. Welcome A. McDevitt. I'm assuming that A stands for Adelaide. Open first entry.
Are you sneaking? Or are
I'm
you
not, but
standing
I don't think it's in real time, and I don't think she'll come over here.
Okay.
But I'm not totally sure.
Because that's what's really stressful about like trying to pick some lockpicks.
Yeah, because people are still walking all around.
Yeah,
I don't
you have
think
to
this game
like,
is that way.
pay attention to how they're walking, what their pattern is.
So personal files, first entry, and may the eternal bliss of my endeavor. What? You're better at reading than me.
Okay. Emerald Vale Botanical Lab and Experimental Facility, a Spacer's Choice property. Personal files, first entry. May the eternal bless my first endeavor. It's been 2 days since I walked away from life at the Edgewater Cannery. Fortuitously, the old botanical labs are still operational, mostly. The soil's sour. I'll do what I can, but I'm going to need some powerful fertilizer. Tired of having the taste of saltuna lingering on my tongue day in, day out, I want something fresh, something that grows out of the earth.
Open last entry.
Personal files, last entry. We found another worker from Edgewater. Ex-worker now. Desertion rates must be climbing. I'm not terribly surprised. Reed's style of management has always been tyrannical. I imagine an exodus is brewing. At any rate, the worker was in a sorry state. Fever, shallow breathing, delirious. Must have been plagued. I set him right with a diet of greens. He was all the better in a couple of weeks. Physically, spiritually. He's one of our flock now.
All right. Some fucking experimental notes.
Ooh. Nothing.
Oh, no. I think it's the first and the last also. So first entry. Oh, man.
I already read that.
Did you?
No? Experimental notes, first entry. I am hereby repurposing this botanical lab from its original conception as a gear in the soulless automation of the corporate machine. This greenhouse may look impressive, but like all Spacer's Choice products, it is cheap and unreliable. I shall have to make some repairs with my own 2 hands. This place shall become a nursery. Before it was abandoned, I understand the horticulturalists failed to produce a single viable crop. Something about the soil being too poor. I am determined to find a way. May the eternal smile upon my endeavors.
Open last entry.
Experimental notes, last entry. Flora are living things, as sensitive to their environment as any breathing, thinking body. I contend that the crops in this region failed because the corporate scientists tending to them are cold, heartless, inhumane people acting on behalf of a sterile and inhumane power. One cannot expect your crops to flush with green and reach for the sky under these conditions. The soil is sour, it's true. I don't know quite how to explain that. I'm sure the scienticians will say something about biology or the carbon cycle.
That's a Simpsons reference.
But I can conclude after months of my own experimentation that the secret to a rich and wholesome garden is love, attention, compassion, and a natural fertilizer bursting with organic materials, just as nature intended. So she's pooping everywhere. That's what I get. She's eating the shit.
It's the collective the collective leavings of the brethren. So I am very much on Adelaide's side though now. Like I don't want to steal any power away from this lady. She's fucking trying to do some
She's telling people that electrolytes should not be in water.
Exactly.
Electrolytes.
I also feel like that's kind of what I assumed would be the case. That she would be
All Mother
doing
Earth.
some good stuff, yeah. And
Yeah, dude, let her live her life out here. So we're not taking the power from Adelaide? Is that why we're here?
The problem is, well, yeah, we're here to steal power from these defectors of that company because they're all out here living their hippie lives and need to get back to fucking work.
Can we tell the other people to go fuck off?
And that's just it. Is I thought I had like 2 places that I could steal the power from. And
Can you abandon the quest?
no. I just need to make sure that I take the power from like the right place.
So there's different options?
Yeah. So if I go to journal, of course the codex, whatever. So I'm saying, so it came down to this. Wait, no, I just swear there's options.
Before you head into the plant.
Power regulators in both the Edgewater Cannery and a botanical lab elsewhere in the region. So, the Edgewater Cannery is the guy I'm working for.
Okay.
He's the guy who works in that factory in that city. So, I guess I didn't really think about this until just now. So, he straight up said, like, yeah, I got a power source. You're not getting it. Sorry, buddy. So, I'm assuming that just based on the way this is worded and the way things are going, I can probably turn on him and go for his power source.
Okay.
And side with these hippies that were,
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but I'm just hypothesizing that that'll probably be what happens. There's 2 power sources, and it seems like, yeah, I can either side with the side of, like, corporate, get back to work, you dumb hippies, and the actual hippies themselves.
I know, I like how it just blows his mind that people want to do things.
Thomas. He used to follow me around before he left the cannery.
All right, Parvati's saying some stuff.
Keep your wits about you. If
Is this
you're
her
hungry,
ex-boyfriend?
Stefan's got supplies.
Weird that she, like, named a guy who doesn't have a name. She's like, oh, that's Thomas, and his name's actually just Deserter. All right, discovered a workbench. All right, whatever. I'm gonna go talk to Adelaide. I don't want to get too deep in this. We have been going for an hour and 20 minutes, which is longer than I expected. So I'm going to, I think, talk to Adelaide, and then we'll call it a day. Because we
haven't even talked to this lady?
No, as I'm saying, we set out to find Adelaide. So we found her. So let's talk to her. Let's go through her dialogue options, and then that'll be the end. And we will have done it.
Adelaide McDevitt.
Do it.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside.
Aw,
If
thanks.
you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice.
Aw.
Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear?
Jesus. You,
She's so sweet.
you must be Adelaide.
I have been called that, among other things.
Who's calling
Green
your
Thumb,
names?
grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
I love this lady. I don't know why.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon.
Tobacco.
But it's been clean.
Reed sent me to make peace with you.
Is this your greenhouse?
Reed,
I know, I was going to read.
you here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile?
It was.
Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then?
Fuck that guy. Let's kill him. You're living off of power that belongs to the town. Come back to the cannery. That's about it. Or Reed asked you to consider coming back to the town. He's willing to make amends. Or something about coming back to the town or losing power. I wasn't really listening.
I think the first one.
I'm going. I want to go to the third because it's kind of like I'm siding with these people. She seems great,
Oh, okay.
and I kind of want to be like, yeah, whatever. Fuck that guy. I wasn't really. Something. So
Yeah.
I think this might be.
That's true.
I can't say I blame you. Reed is positively soporific.
Awesome.
Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves.
Reed asked me to divert your power over to him. He mentioned the geothermal plant. Or this is serious. I'm about to cut off your power.
That sounds like a threat.
Yeah, absolutely. It's gonna be the top one. Just to let me know or letting her know what I'm supposed to do.
He would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans?
I didn't really. Your camp is a power regulator. I need to repair my ship, or my reasons are my own. Definitely the top one.
Cannery's got a regulator.
Yeah, damn
You
right.
want ship parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts and
I agree.
leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid.
Awesome.
Yes.
Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do.
I can already see why I would want to play this game twice.
Yeah.
I'll consider it. Or what have you got against the town? Yeah, it's pretty obvious. I'm not looking to get mixed up in your problems. I just want to fix my ship. A hero to you, maybe. Yeah, I wish I could be
I'll
like...
consider it. That seems the most I'm gonna
It
do.
is.
Right?
You will listen to your conscience.
I just wish I could be like, yes, that is what I'll do. All right, well, I mean, that was a little bit
We should probably finish it.
climactic. Yeah.
We can't just talk to her and not finish it.
Well, yeah, I thought there'd be like more. You delivered Reed's message, but Adelaide refused to return to Edgewater, head to the geothermal plant, and redirect the power. Adelaide proposed that you divert. So yeah, I just ended these at the plant, and I'm assuming once I get there, it's gonna be very binary, this place or that place type of thing. What do we got here?
Some lockers.
Open up. You know,
That used to be my locker.
let's
Back
go
when I
into my
left here.
inventory and see if any of this stuff says like stolen or whatever. Doesn't seem to. So what do I have equipped right now? I got a bunch of emergency medical inhaler. Yeah, that seems important. And I don't even know how to switch between these. I know how to switch between weapons. I don't know how to switch between those. Nope. I thought maybe we were pressing held that button. that wouldn't have happened, but it did. Shit.
I thought those were just a bunch of microwaves.
I mean, could be. It's stuck in here. What's up, person? Oh, wow.
You hungry?
Yeah, I'm
got
hungry.
canid ribs, canid flank, canid snout too.
Thanks.
Something I can help you with?
Oh, that's a Stefan guy.
I'm told one of your numbers gone missing.
You mean Zoe?
Yeah,
we
Zoe.
were pretty close. Not like her to go loping off.
What happened the day Zoe disappeared?
Zoe and I were gonna watch the serials, as is our custom. She never turned up. I looked around, but she was nowhere to be found. You sound like some type of corporate fixer asking all these questions.
I'm not trying to fix nothing.
I mean, I kind of am, though. Tell me a little about Zoe.
Zoe was always obsessed with this serial. Masked marketeer. A scion of Byzantium turns to banditry and teaches his marauder companions the wisdom of free market economics. Shame she up and vanished when she did. I had a surprise lined up for her.
Oh, yeah.
What was it? I just want to know. What was that about surprise?
What was that about surprising Zoe?
Today I got my hands on a genuine copy of the latest Masked Marketeer. I was gonna surprise Zoe with it, but she was gone the next day.
That's too bad.
Was she acting strange before she disappeared?
Can't say I recall Zoe ever acting strange. Well,
Ever?
except for her habit of writing things down on scraps of paper.
Ooh, we should look for it in
She
her
called
room.
it journaling, but I think it's just plain odd.
Hold on. There was something else.
Hey, I got time.
Yeah, it looks like it.
I
What you
got
selling?
some more questions about Zoe.
I'll help if
I don't
can.
think I do. Yeah,
See you around.
I don't want to leave the conversation.
Oh, okay. Well, then talk to him.
I wish to give me. What are you selling?
Fresh off the limb, and that includes canid meat.
Canid meat.
I've been reading it as candid this whole time. My merchant skill is equal to the value of my best dialogue skill, and used to negotiate prices when buying and selling from our vendors. Huh.
Okay, so it tells you how much it costs, how many bits you have. They subtract, they do a little math, and then it tells you how much your money you have left, right?
Wait, what? Am I?
On the
I'm
right.
buying. Okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Helps you
and
budget.
Selling does the exact same thing. Oh, I'm gonna have to figure out some inventory management. Also, I'm a little bit concerned about how it doesn't compare. Okay, I guess it does.
What do you mean?
So I'm looking at this right now. What is like this hibernation suit? It's an armor thing. Is this better or worse than what I currently have on? It doesn't have any type of indication as to.
It does though, because there's a compare button.
But it only lets me compare
To another item?
Yeah, I have to then go and select another item, which is not even showing me the things that I have equipped.
That's kind of goofy.
Okay, I would have to okay, so I have that. Can I don't know, that scares me.
To buy it and then not need it?
Well, no, it concerns me that process might be that weird. I like a good game that just
Don't
lets
steal that.
me intelligently see what is better or worse.
Okay, gone quiet.
I don't know, man. I feel like we might be getting ourselves into a bit of pretty big stuff.
Okay, so take a pause.
I think that's probably the smarter thing to do. Let's see what we got in our
Well, I
journal.
wrote down notes.
So I mean we got a few quests going on here. So we have this companion quest, which we did not have before. Max says that the journal was last possessed by a book and collector whose residence was part of a small community directly north of Edgewater. He has mark the location on your map. So we got that book burn guys thing. We're going to steal that book and not burn it. Is totally what my plan is. And then we have a side quest from that guy we just talked to. Search Zoe's house for clues, which must be right next to where I just was.
Mm-hmm.
Grace doesn't know where Zoe might have gone, but she suggested checking the shack where Zoe beds... What? Where Zoe beds down for any hints as at where she may have gone. So write this down, because I think this is where we should...
This is what we're going to go do next?
Well, we should pick this up, because it's probably in that town we were just in.
Okay.
So we should start by doing this next time.
Okay.
So search Zoe's home for clues. We should do before leaving where we are right now. Just because, I mean, it's probably going to lead us to something that's probably further away.
Right.
But it might be along the way, so. And then Strangers in a Strange Land hasn't changed at all. It's the same thing that we've been doing the whole time. Divert the power. And then comes now the power. So I've delivered Reed's message, but Adelaide refused to return to Edgewater. I just read this a little bit ago. So yeah, I'm totally on Adelaide's side. The thing is, though, a lot of these times, or a lot of these, games or whatever, where they have like good and bad or whatever, I just find myself siding with the good so easily.
That's because we're good people.
Well, it also just makes the most sense, like you just clearly you want to work against the evil corporation or the asshole who wants to enslave people or whatever, It's just so it does make me want to play through this game again and just be the shittiest person ever. Just
it would hurt my soul. Like, just
I would be an
even
idiot.
doing it.
I would play through this game again and I would make myself as dumb as possible. And I would, just make all the shithead choices just for fun. It depends on how long this game is. Maybe I will do that someday. But as for now, though, I feel like...
Like, do you even know how bad I felt? Like, when the first time I went and broke into a house and murdered everybody in there and then stole everything? I felt like a piece of fucking shit.
It's video games, man. They're magical.
I was like, that's fucked up, man. I just walked into a house and murdered everybody. Like, that's terrible.
Yeah. And this game's even worse. Like, that game was just, like, all contextual. Like, nobody was giving you a backstory as to, like, oh, my kid's sick and I need this or that. Right. Or, this corporation's awful and it destroyed my family. Please don't steal our power. So this is going to be even worse. But, I think now is the time to leave off. We've been going for an hour and a half somehow. And... I feel bad because not a whole lot happened in this episode, but we got somewhere. We progressed the story a little bit, and we talked to a bunch of people. So I feel like that's how a lot of these are going to go. It's going to be a slow crawl. I want to dive deep. I want to talk to everyone. I want to know what's going on in this world.
I love talking to people.
Yeah, so fuck yeah. I want to get to know my companions. I want to know what they got going on. Like, this isn't a sprint. It's a marathon.
It's a Goin Steady.
Yeah, exactly. It's Goin Steady. So fuck it. That's the end of this episode. And we're going to see you guys again next week for episode 3. And the conclusion of the name of this quest. I don't know the name of.
Which one?
I don't know. The one we're helping out.
The
Adelaide.
Zoe one?
No, I think that's going to be part of this one. But Adelaide ultimately is the one we're going to finish.
Yeah. I don't know what that one's called either.
Yeah, me either.
I know her name is Adelaide McDevitt.
I put the controller down. I'm not picking it back up. So until next time.
See ya.
See you guys later.
Thanks.
Bye.